Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 271. Thank you so much for being here with me and my cat Tyson. He just happens to be in the shot over there in the corner. He's sleeping with both eyes open right now. He's just staring at me. He's all curled up. This particular cat, he has cancer and he's had cancer for at least almost 3 years. And they told me over 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, that he wouldn't make it. And he only had about 2 years to live. And I was like, no, that is not true. And so we actually had this other cat come into our backyard and kind of just decided to live with us. And so we brought him in and he basically saved Tyson's life, I think, because, he used to wrestle with, well, he still wrestles with him, but he weighs about double what he weighs. And his name is Chad. I think I've mentioned him before. And we have a Macy too. She's over here on the bar stool. But yeah, there's 3 little kitties and this one's sick, but he doesn't act like it. So lucky to have him. And, a couple years ago when they told me he had cancer, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like, he was just my boy. He had been through a lot with me. And I just was devastated and it was so super stressful, to get him things to eat. And it was a lot going on there. So he's doing so much better. But he's in the shot and that's my boy. He's my boy forever. I love him. But anyway, we learn a lot from our animals, don't we, about unconditional love? Because they're like angels and devils at the same time. They're so funny, especially cats. They're just like a special, cats. They're special, but we love them. Yeah, we do. Anyway, hope you're doing amazing today. Today was a weird day. I had some weird client stuff happen and it was like ethical dilemmas that I had to really set boundaries with and teach people, teach people who I am basically. And one of those was, I had a client that, I didn't realize that they were out of state currently. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't see you anymore until you come back into the state because we aren't allowed to do that. I can be living anywhere, but if somebody's out of state and I'm not licensed in that state, which I'm only licensed here where I live, I can't see them technically. And so, but they're coming back in, a little while, a few weeks. And I was like, just let me know when you're back and I'll be able to, do this again. But I said, I could see you. No one would ever find out. But because I'm a person of integrity, I want to make sure that I model that for clients and for anybody else that's in my life, that I'm not going to do something that I know is wrong. And I said I wouldn't want a therapist that would bend that rule, actually, because then that means that they're not a person of integrity. And maybe I can't trust their judgment or trust them as a person. So this was a way that I could live my who I want to, be, is living in integrity. And so we have to practice doing those things even when it's uncomfortable, because I felt terrible because I want to see this person still. But the rules are I can't. So I had to choose being uncomfortable and with, and saying no to somebody to say yes to myself. So we've got to remember, we got to say yes to ourselves. And as you do that, you're becoming that person that you're, changing your identity to. So that's just a little example of, something that can come up in life where just because you can doesn't mean you should. And apparently that's what my late grandfather said. He died when I was 2 years old. And he had said, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that is such good advice. And because there's so many things we can do, but maybe we shouldn't do them because they don't align with our values and morals. And they're not really the identity that we want to be. So really think about the person that you want to become. And you've got to be disciplined in order to, change the way you're thinking, change where your thoughts are directed. I've been, again, wanting to make huge changes. And I was talking to a friend I had lunch with today, and I was just like, I'm going to change some big things. I just don't know what they are yet. And I'm needing to, free up a little bit of time. And, we've got to find where our time leaks are and where any kind of leak is. And my leak is like a lot of mental bandwidth, just being like, just everywhere, scattered. And so I'm like, I've got to figure out how to bring this in. And I love Alex Hormozy. I watch him and his wife Layla a lot and learn a lot from them. And I'm like, man, I'm going to have to be like him and get, sit in the closet with no windows and earplugs and headphones and just like go at it for, be totally focused. And so we've got to do things like that sometimes to just get to where we want to go. And so you're going to know what works for you. But remember, we got to change the way we think if we want to change our lives. And so here's something again from Working with the Law by Raymond Hollowell. I recommend you guys get this book. It is so good. It's one of my favorites, actually. And I underlined so many things in this book that I might as well just read the whole book because it's just all underlined. It's crazy. But I wanted to just read this paragraph really quick and share this. He said, thinking is a perpetual process. Thinking is a perpetual process. It is a creative function of life that is ever going on. We are engaged in it and are producing results of some kind every hour and day that we live, registering within ourselves the exact effects of all our thinking. While we cannot stop thinking, we possess the supreme privilege of being able to determine the sort of results it is desired to experience by regulating the form and quality of our thought. How this is done in a simple and effective manner is explained throughout these lessons. Our main object is to arouse the individual to think for himself, to cultivate his own powers, and thereby to take the sure path of self-development and true culture. I love that. And a change of thought. Oh, here's another great one. The great self-evident fact, which cannot be too often repeated, is that when we change our thinking for the better, we automatically change our lives for the better. Modern psychology has conclusively demonstrated that a change of thought must precede every change in the life and in the affairs of man. A change of thought must precede every change in life. So keep that in mind. All you have to do is change your thoughts. And you've got to know what belief systems are creating these thoughts, because I have to practice this too. Like, I'm really very, very interested in learning all of these things. I know a lot about myself, but there's some areas that I could really, really excel in. And I'm like, I wonder what's holding me back in certain areas. And I wonder what I must believe is true about myself and my abilities to not have gotten there yet in these areas. I've done very well in certain areas, but like, I'm ready to take it up like 10 levels or infinity levels. And so in order to do that, I have to know where my thoughts are going throughout the day. So again, we repeat and we repeat and repeat the same thing. What are you thinking about and why are you thinking it? And make sure you know, because if you don't know where that thought's coming from, then you better just stop thinking it because there's no point. It's probably programmed. It's probably not helping you. It's that old you coming up and saying, hello, and you're like identifying with it. So remember, whatever you're conscious and aware of, that's what you're identifying with. And so you believe that in the moment. But if you will just like sit there and maybe in silence, do some meditating. And that's my favorite thing to do is just breathe and just be in silence, or do a Joe Dispenza meditation. I love all of his stuff. It's just awesome. Get such great results from that. But just sit there and like just breathe and feel your body and just feel everything. We don't feel enough. We're not present enough. There have been some issues lately, personally and professionally, that I've heard where people are getting fired from their jobs this week and this weekend, about to be fired because they're on their phones during work and not calling in and just like taking off for, there's a reason, a good reason maybe, but it's just like they're not paying attention. They're not present. They're just assuming things that aren't really good. They're always on their phones. The phone is an issue. So we've got to decide, like, I'm not saying that's who any of you are or what you're doing, but I've just noted this has happened personally and professionally this week. People getting fired and that I know. And it's just like, we're not paying attention in life, and we're not even paying attention to what we're thinking and why we're thinking it. And we've got to be more present. If we want to create the life that we want, which we know we can consciously do this, we've got to be conscious, because whenever we aren't knowing why we're thinking something or where it came from or what we're feeling, then we're unconscious. And so there are patterns. So check out your patterns of thought and do some journaling, like seriously get to know yourself, because there is nothing more priceless than knowing why you think what you think. And so today was really cool. It like really challenged me a little bit. I had to set like I hate the word boundary, but like I set the boundary with another person and, said a couple things where, I can't do therapy through text, we've got to save this for the next session. And because, you have to teach people how to treat you. You got to Dr. Phil this. Like Dr. Phil said, you got to teach people how to treat you. And that's always stuck with me because you're creating all of this anyway. So you get to decide who you are, how you're going to be, how you're going to feel. You're in control of this. I did an EMDR session with a client today too. And we did the deal, and I was like, so I want to point out to you that you did this. I did not do this. I gave you this blueprint. I guided you, but like you did this. You calmed your body down. We did a few processing sets, and by the end, this person was like, she was at a 10 at first, and then she went to a 1, which 10 is like you're really amped up and you're really anxious and really distressed, and then down to a 1, which is like nothing. So in the course of 10, 15 minutes, if that. I mean, people just go from being super amped up to super calm, and all they're doing is tapping. That's it. Left to right tapping. That's really it. And just feeling the emotion in their body. And then it just kind of exits the body. So it's crazy what we can do just in a couple minutes to train our nervous system to calm down. And I said to her, we're training your body to feel calm, where before you trained it to feel out of whack, unknowingly. And so we're bringing you back into whack, and we're training the body to feel better. So we have the power to decide in some way, like maybe this person needed EMDR to learn that they are in control versus me just saying, hey, you're in control. Like we need what Bashar calls permission slips to be our true selves, to be more of ourselves and learn what works for us. So one person might need crystals, and another person needs therapy, and another person needs, a quantum healing session with chakra healing, and, one person needs medication, and one person might need meditation, and one person just needs to work out. That's what works for them. And there's just tons of different things we can try. But all in all, it's all kind of placebo. It's like we're all just becoming more of our true self. And so decide who your true self is and just be yourself. Just literally be yourself. These videos I do, I was terrified to get on camera and do these. And hopefully in the years to come, I'll get better at them, and I'll look back at this video and be like, oh my God, I'm horrified. This one sucks. So it's just like, we just get better and better. And so I don't care because I know who I am. I'm secure in who I am finally. It took a while. But like, I just want to share my gifts with people. And that's what I recommend for you guys. Share your gifts with people. And your gift is you. You're the gift. So share yourself with people. Be yourself. Everybody is just really craving authenticity right now. And I love that because I think we need to slow down and be ourselves. Just be, emotionally naked. Just be yourself. Like, who cares? Nobody's going to hurt you. Like, you're hurting you every day. So just stop doing that, And remember that meme? I think it's a meme. I don't know. I used to hear this as a kid though, but like somebody will be like, doctor, this hurts when I do that. And he's like, stop doing that or don't do that. And it's like, we've got to remember we're making ourselves suffer, and we just got to stop doing that. We just got to stop doing that, which is we got to stop thinking those nasty, dirty thoughts that we're thinking about ourselves. And we've got to know that we can train our bodies to feel at ease and train our minds to feel at ease at any time that we want to. It just takes practice, and it just takes repetition and reminding yourself all day long, hey, this is who I am. I got to remember who I am. I'm experiencing this awesome, 3D reality. I love to say that, like, this is awesome. Everybody I look at, it's like, I wonder if they're a real person, and I wonder if they're a real person. And I just have fun with it, pretending like I'm in a video game almost. And I just enjoy it. And that's what life is supposed to be. We're supposed to enjoy it, but you got to enjoy yourself. You just got to enjoy who you are, and you have to embrace who you are. And I promise you, it's taken me a long time to get there. And I have my moments still too. I'm like, I got some wrinkles there. And you notice some things about you, but then I'm like, nope, everything's beautiful. I love it. It's a privilege to even age. It's a privilege to even be on YouTube. It's a privilege to have this camera, this light, this room, this house, these cats. Like, it's a privilege. And so we've got to just say, like, this is awesome. We got to train ourselves to see the awesome in everything. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that was channeled, and I think that's all I have for you. My brain just shut down. It's tired now. So hope you guys are doing amazing tonight. I hope you guys are telling yourselves that you love yourself. So remember, you're so loved, and remember to act in accordance to that. Say, I love you, and I'm going to act in accordance. I'm going to live in integrity, and I'm going to be the person that I want to become right now. Like, I'm just going to feel that I'm already that person. I'm going to practice that so much that my brain and body think I'm already there, that I'm in this future already. So yeah, we just practice. I'm right there with you doing it. I promise you, every day I still have something, and it's awesome. We're just growing together. So it's such a cool experience. But anyway, well, I will see you tomorrow. Remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. Please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm almost to 900 subscribers. That is amazing. I'm super excited about that. Another milestone about to be hit. That is amazing. So thank you guys so much. Always. Appreciate your comments so much. If you have any videos that you'd like me to do, like any topics, I'll be glad to do one. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rambling every single day about something. So I got lots of stories that I can weave in, but, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening or day or weekend, whatever, whenever you see this. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.